This episode of Walt Disney World Today is sponsored by DVCByResale.com. DVC by Resale is a great place to buy or sell your Disney Vacation Club points. You can view the current DVC resales, get answers to frequently asked questions, and see the DVC point charts all by going to www.dvcbyresale.com, or you can call Chantel, who's the owner, at 1-800-844-4099 and mention that Newell sent you.
This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Friday, August 17th, 2007, and this is episode 297 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm Matt Hochberg from MGMstudios.org. On the show today, we have Len Testa of the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World. And Len, let me just say that I've heard everything you've said.
Is now a good time to apologize?
Yes. You may start the kissing now.
We need some sucking up here. Very well. You are a handsome and powerful man. Not me, her. What's it from? What's it from?
I've heard that so many times out of you, it's just become the Len Testa quote.
We need some major sucking up here. Not me. Very well. You are a handsome and powerful man.
Oh, I know. I know what movie. I know. I've heard the movie. I just can't think of it. What is it, Len?
Pretty Woman.
That's right. In the scene where they're buying
right, the clothes. Yeah,
exactly. And before I introduce Mike Newell, it's come to, I should mention that if you're wondering why this show sounds really bad, is because that Skype is having some issues, and as a result, it's a network-wide thing. All of anyone trying to use Skype, and since we don't feel like driving down to North Carolina to go see Len, we decided we'll just deal with it. And so please don't harass the next man who I'm about to introduce on the show, which is Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Welcome, Mike.
And I never apologize.
Right. I got to tell you, Newell, is that we're sleeping in the same room coming to the cruise, so you better watch yourself.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Well, on today's show, I'm going to be borrowing a page from Len's little playbook here, and be talking about me, and me. I figured what we would do is we would talk about Matt's Marvelous Week or something like that. Len has better alliteration than I can do.
Hotchberg's Happy Half Week or something.
There you go. It was interesting because this trip that I went to Disney. I'd never won so much stuff in Disney World before, and won with quotations. Because I only actually won one thing. It was just a lot of quote unquote magical things happened on my trip, and it was really interesting because it was just literally every day something else happened, and I don't know what it was. I went down there with my fiance, and I was also down there with my fiance's 3 friends who were kind of Disney World newbies, and we were also down there with Josh and Sarah, who are unofficial guide researchers, and then Scopa joined us at the end of the trip, and we'll talk a little bit more about Scopa when we get to that point. So the first thing that happened to me when we got there, the first day we go to Animal Kingdom, and we're going there in the morning, and this is the second time this happened to me. I got on the on Everest, and I boarded. This was my second time on. I boarded in the morning. You do when the rope, at rope drop, and I came back at about 10ish in the morning, and I got on Everest. And as I was getting on the train, I noticed the Dream Squad coming by, and I noticed that I said, they won't be around when we come back around. Well, sure enough, we come around. We're coming down that last hill. You brake right before you come to the unload platform, and I saw them over there, and they play. Hey, congratulations, you've won. Blah blah. And this time I won magical Year of a Million Dreams mouse ears.
The ones that blink, the shiny silver ones that blink.
No, Disney doesn't give those away. They don't blink. They're just silver ears. Isn't that weird?
Still, those are nice. Yeah, that's interesting. Though.
It was interesting. This is the second time I've won. I mentioned that before. I had won on Everest about the same time, 10ish in the morning. On Everest, I had won Dream Fast Passes before, and I was
you know why?
Why is that?
Because by 10 o'clock, everyone else has left the park. They're wandering around like who's left.
Exactly. But it was funny. As I was playing the station, I saw the Dream Squad. I'm like, okay, here it comes. Here's the winning. What I'm really thinking, I'm all excited, but in my head, I'm like, please don't win Dream Fast Passes. Please don't win Dream Fast Passes. Please don't win Dream Fast Passes.
I'll never be around.
I know, it's such a waste. Of all the parks, it's the worst to win it over there.
Funny.
So when they gave me the ears, I was like, oh, thank
finally
God
something I could sell on eBay.
Exactly.
I mean, something I could treasure forever. Yeah, that's it.
And it's always great to win something. I mean, they can give you, used juju beans, and you'll be like, wow, this is awesome, you know?
Exactly.
Where did you win? You won something on Year of a Million Dreams, right, Newell? Len?
I won fast passes on the Great Movie Ride in the Studios and on Peter Pan.
Okay, so you've won Dream Fast Passes both times.
Yeah, I haven't won anything other than that. So you're the only person I know who's won something tangible that lasts more than a day.
Yeah. So there you go. I've got ears that are totally going on eBay. So the next thing that happened the next day. So we won Mouse Ears, and that was my.
So wait, hold on. How long did you stay at? Animal Kingdom?
I was out of there by 20 minutes after that. I was like, all right, thanks. See ya.
Gotta go. Bye.
Yeah. Oh, it's just, I did Dinosaur again because I didn't want to ride it. And Marissa was like, well, if you're going to ride it with Deanna, you better get some practice in for it because you don't want to look like a total baby. Well, trust me, I'm going to be a total baby when I ride with Deanna because it's going to be absolutely terrible. I petrified. I really, really tried to keep my eyes open and to, Marissa was like, I'll tell you when it's going to happen. And I just couldn't do it. I could not keep my eyes open. I couldn't keep my head down. I mean, it was bad. So, that was my first day. And again, the rest of Animal Kingdom was pretty uneventful. I did Cali River Rapids for the first time, since 2003 or 4 or something like that because it was so ridiculously hot. When was the last time you guys did Cali River Rapids?
I did it with Hannah in the end of July, so a couple weeks ago.
What was the last time you did that before that?
Oh, jeez.
I know, right?
2005. Yeah, I know. A while. More than a year.
Yeah, it's one of those rides you just don't. What about you, Newell? When was the last time you rode Cali?
Oh, yeah. It's got to be maybe 2004, 2005?
Yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, when was the last time I rode this thing? Because first of all, I wasn't when you're going down that, first, it's the shortest ride in the world. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very short.
There's nothing to it. You just go. You go down the waterfall, and that's it. You're done.
Yeah.
It's one of those rides where it takes longer to read the review than it does to ride the ride.
That's true.
The unofficial guide's review of this. Oh, hold on, it's over. Never mind.
But you get drenched.
I was on the part of Cali, not the very bottom. When you're going down the waterfall over there, and people are on the exact bottom that get drenched in that wave. I was a one seat away from that, so I got drenched, but not terribly drenched. Anyway, okay, that's enough of Animal Kingdom. God, it sounds like I've been there for all the time.
It took longer to describe than it did to actually go through. Yeah.
Exactly. We spent more time discussing it in the show than we did. So the next thing that happened was we went to the Magic Kingdom, and it was really hot. And I had mentioned before that I was with some Disney World newbies. It was their first trip to Disney World, and we thought we should really get them the birthday pin, the first visit pins. It was also their birthday, but unrelated. So we got them their first visit pins, and you have to go to City Hall to get them. And the cast member there, gave us the pins and asked, where you're from. Again, these girls are from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we're talking about it, blah, blah, blah. And the girl goes, so, are you coming to the party tonight? And she's obviously representing the Pirates of Princess party. Now, every single cast member we've run into that we've said, more than how many are in our party, pretty much ask us that. So we told them no, because there's no way I'm paying $40 to go stand around in hot Magic Kingdom, to see stuff I've done in March.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're like, no, and we're not going. And she goes, do you want to go? And at this point, we're thinking, okay, they're trying to hard sell us on tickets. No, thank you, lady. We already spent enough money at this park. And then she goes, so there's a silence as we mull around, try to think of a diplomatic answer. And she goes, for free? And
and why did you say so?
Exactly. And so, and not only that, there was someone who wasn't in our party there. Only a couple of us were there. The rest were back at the resort. And they were like, how many are in your party? We said, 7. Okay. Sold 12. They gave us the tickets. We could have been I could have sat outside the Magic Kingdom. I got 4 tickets over here.
7, baby. I got 7.
But I mean, I told you that I called Len up later, and Len, I'm sure you remember this. When I called you, I said, never mind that they're giving away the tickets. This, I think, is kind of an indicator of the state of affairs of how Pirates and Princesses are doing, the party.
It's never crowded. I mean, remember we talked about the ones in earlier in the spring, and we went to 4 of them, and the waits were maybe 5 minutes long at the most. So how long were your waits?
Oh, they were not. I mean, there were other than I think there was a 15-minute wait somewhere, and that was at the beginning of the party. Before the fireworks and the first parade. But we've walked on almost everything. And one tip though,
it's just not getting a lot of.
Yeah. It's just uncrowded completely. The one thing one tip I did gain from this party is if you want to see Jack Sparrow, which of course is the highlight, and I would suggest that it's probably the reason to go to the Pirate and Princess parties, that you can do a meet and greet with Jack. He's a very funny.
Which one did they have there? Did they have the really good one?
He wasn't that great. He was funny, but he wasn't anything that stood. The first time I met Jack was really funny, and I think I told the story before. The first time I met Jack at Pirates and Princess party, he was the way they had him set up is he's the background of the area where you're meeting him in the room is set up from Pirates 2 when he's the tribal chief, and they're
right. Yeah.
And so I asked Jack. I said, Jack, how come you're not wearing your makeup? Like the eyes underneath his eyes, the color. And he goes, mate, they tried to eat me there, but we're not going to recreate that here, are we?
Yeah, they're better lines. All right.
Yeah. But anyway, so if you want to meet Jack, the best way to do it is go see the second parade. It's probably the second parade because the second parade obviously will be less crowded and everything. Go to see the parade in Frontierland, directly across from the bridge to Splash Mountain. So you're on the Adventureland side of that path.
Yeah, you do love that. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you go. If you have the parade right there, the parade starts over there. So as soon as the parade ends, the last float comes by, and you see Pluto in the back of the float. Turn around, grab your kids, drag them if you have to run over to Adventureland, and we almost did a walk on. I think they were swapping the. Jack had to go on a break, to go get some more rum. I think that's what they told us. He had to go get some more rum.
On a break.
So and that was so much easier than otherwise you have to wait until the 10 minutes before the park closes in order to get in over there with a semi-normal wait.
That's classic.
Yeah. Did you go to Pirate and Princess Land when you were down there in July?
Yeah, I did, and I do like the fireworks. Did you say for the fireworks?
The fireworks are okay. The pirate part is really good. The princess part is pretty stupid, if you ask me.
You think?
The music doesn't really line up very well. It's not that engaging. Regular Wishes is much better, I think. I thought the pirates part was good.
Right. So, good point. Yeah. So the pirates part of the fireworks is probably the best part. Yeah.
Yeah. The parade though was very good. I enjoyed the parade. This is the second time I've seen it. You get to see Jack. He's in the parade. Tinkerbell's in the parade. There's a lot of horses. I love the. Who's got to be the worst job in the world? The worst cast member job is the guy who has to follow the horses around to pick up the horse.
Exactly.
Poop.
Yeah. Poop. Yeah.
Poop scooper. I mean, if you're the Magic Kingdom pooper scooper, I mean, how low on the totem pole are you? I mean, how can you really parlay that onto your resume? I worked for Disney. Well, what'd you do? Well, I managed a number of animals, and they're
waste management. Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's enchanted poop.
That's classic.
What's that, Noel?
It's enchanted poop.
Yeah, that's right. It's very magical.
Right,
the whole
magical
time,
poop.
I knew that when it's very hot and humid in the summertime over there.
In the winter.
That too also. And as the horses were going by, I was like, please do not poop in front of me. Please do not poop in front of me.
Because you'd have lost it.
Yeah, I would have just been like, okay, that's it. I'm going on to the treehouse. I'll see you guys later.
Goodbye.
So the final, all right, not the final thing, but the next day, let me preface this by saying that because we were going with all these, my fiance's friends who were new to the parks and everything, they all designed matching T-shirts. And
Did you get one?
Yes, I had a matching T-shirt. I'll post a photo of it. I am embarrassed of them, but I will post it anyway so that you can see exactly what we were wearing. And they were very, very, very girly shirts. Anyway, we're wearing the shirts. So we go to Epcot that day.
So you're saying it like it was a problem for you?
Yeah, because it definitely, there's no manliness to be found when wearing these T-shirts. I mean, you may as well.
You're saying it's a problem for you? Okay.
I may as well just, I don't know. I worn a skirt to match it because I mean it was just bad. The skirt. So we get to Epcot. We get there. We left the resort at 8. We get there. At opening, and we get to the point. They let us into the park at 8:45, and we go to rope drop. And we don't go straight to the fountain to wait for rope drop. We went to the right, like sort of the entrance to Innovations over there.
Mm-hmm.
And the cast members come out to do the rope drop, and one of the cast members starts talking to us, and she sees that we're wearing our matching shirts, and she starts talking to us, where are you from, blah, blah, blah. And, I figure she's just making small talk. Well, then she goes, hey, how would you guys like to ride Soarin' all by yourself before anybody else? And I'm like, does a bear crap in the woods? Yeah. I mean,
you didn't say that with a shirt on, did you? Yeah, okay.
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's like it reminded me a lot later. I was thinking about it. It was like when Len, when you were there at Typhoon Lagoon, and the cast member asked your daughter Hannah if she wanted to be the was it King Cowabunga or something. Like, yes, you want to be King Cowabunga.
Yes,
the Kahuna.
Exactly. That's so funny.
It was awesome because they when the rope dropped at 9:00. These two cast members escorted us. You know how when you're doing soaring rope drop, everyone has to go on the right side of the entrance and go the long way. And what they did is they took us and they escorted us privately on the left side. We went down our own set of escalators. We got down. Meanwhile, the other cast members are holding the hordes back, with like whips and chairs and fire. And they escort us on. We blow past the line. There's no one there. Everyone's like about now a couple minutes behind us now. They bring us on. We walk through the. First of all, when they brought us on, we skipped the pre-show video, which was pretty cool. I was like, all right, that's not bad at all. And they brought us down to the first entrance. So that's like A. And I'm like, oh crap, we're going to ride by ourselves, but we have to ride on the bad side. And they escorted us right to the middle of it. We had to basically like open the attraction because all the seatbelts were closed and everything. So we had to go undo the seatbelts. And they put us right there in the middle, top center, and we rode all by ourselves. It was just so cool because you can make as much noise as you want. You're not bothering anybody. There's no one else's feet in the way. Dead center. It was an amazing experience, and it just it's not. I don't think that was a wish. I think it's more of like a magical moment in Disney talk. But it was really an amazing thing over there. And at that point, I said these stupid shirts are so worth it.
That's awesome.
So my final story was on my our second to last day, and Scopa comes down to the parks. First of all, Scopa had a meal with us at the Plaza restaurant in the Magic Kingdom. And if you're familiar,
how was it?
It was good, I guess. Not. I mean, I had a turkey sandwich. It was decent. I never ate there before, so it's a really small place. I mean, it's like
it's tiny. Yeah.
It was good. Nothing I wouldn't be like, wow, you definitely have to go back there. It wasn't bad. It was no sci-fi, that's for sure. It wasn't terrible.
No sci-fi.
So anyway, so if you're familiar, Mike Scopa is currently blogging live on Deb's allears.net. You can read his blogs. Anyway, he completely omitted us from the first blog entry that we had lunch with him for like 2 hours because Scopa eats at about the speed of a cow because he
did. He really?
Oh, he's so.
He didn't mention you.
He didn't mention me at all, but he's so slow. He's eating anyway. That's okay. The next day we have breakfast at Chef Mickey's with Scopa and his wife. It's his wife's birthday, so we're celebrating over there. And we're eating. He's taking forever to eat, of course. So we spent probably an hour and a half over there. And he did post a photo of this, and I'll post a link in the show notes to this. This is a very funny photo we took later at the Contemporary after we left. And we're all in the picture, and we're all posing. It's me, my fiance, my fiance's friends, Josh and Sarah, Scopa and his wife. So Scopa, I don't know what he's doing in the photo, but he's like holding Josh, the unofficial guide researcher. Uh-huh. He's got him in like this, like he's like holding him, like almost cradling him. If you have to see the picture, it's
Josh is a big guy, so
yeah, he's a big guy, and we were just like, and later on, Josh was like, "Scopa held me. I don't know what that was about."
I felt all tingly.
Exactly. It was very it was interesting. So that was our Scopa incident over there. And he did actually post a photo and mention that we had a meal with him on that day. And of course, you can read all of Mike's. He's going to be in Disney World. He's there for like 3 weeks or something like that. It's like, Mike, when you go,
crazy.
I know he checked in. We're like, Mike, when how long are you down here for? He's like, he's like 2 weeks, and he just like blows it off like it's a weekend trip or something. And the guy has literally a sheet of paper's worth of ADRs. He's got like a grid, like an Excel spreadsheet full of them.
Isn't it amazing?
Oh, it's just it's nothing for him. He's like, oh, okay. So obviously, we've always made jokes that when someone asks me, if I'm getting married on Disney World property, I always respond, I don't have Testa kind of money. Forget that. Now I'm responding, I don't have Scopa kind of money, because obviously whatever he does in his little retired life pays the bills.
Isn't that amazing? That it's like you don't even have a job. What are you doing?
He does it somehow.
It's funny to me.
I don't know. I guess he sells drugs to old people, over the border in Canada.
Exactly. That's what it is. Exactly.
He's doing Depends runs.
Funny.
Nice, Noel. So the one thing that really stood out in my mind was I tried the kosher meal at Liberty Inn in the American Adventure in Epcot, and I tried it because I saw it on the menu. I said, let me try this out. Maybe I can, help Len out with a review or something. Someone might call about
Liberty
it.
Tree Tavern. Because when you think of colonial America, you think of
No, Liberty, the Liberty in Epcot.
sorry.
Yeah, but exactly same thing. Of course, when you think of America. Anyway, so I decided let's try it out for the sake of the show. Someone will call us in. I can give a review. So I ordered the kosher hamburger, and
What's that like?
first of all, the thing comes in this vacuum sealed plastic case that looks like NASA cooked it up, right? So already it's like okay, and as I peered through the soaked plastic because it's got all the it's all condensed on the inside. I'm looking at what appears to be a brown object that could or could not be a hamburger. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, I open up the plastic. The burger, if you want to call it that, is soaked. It is
really
no. Not only is it soaked, it's slimy.
Ew.
And I was like, okay, I'm a trooper. Okay, I've had some really bad food before. And I'm willing to say, maybe it tastes really good. And this is just don't judge a book by its cover. I took one bite.
No. Why? Why?
It was wholeheartedly terrible. It was so bad. I put the burger back down. I didn't even try the side. It was some sort of potato thing. I'm not even, at this point, I'm concerned for my life because I think I might die from this.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I bring it back to the cast member, and I'm saying, I need something else over here. This is terrible. And the cast member goes, this is the manager over there. He goes, yeah, we get a lot of that lately. I don't know. It's pretty
my
bad,
God.
but we have to offer it.
Maybe we shouldn't be leaving them outside in the
in the sun.
in the heat.
Oh.
Exactly.
So, did you feel nauseous later on? I'd have been like,
it was just, I took one bite. I figured that would, my body would be, the antibodies, all the antibodies in my whole body would be able to handle that, be able to expunge it from my system in a normal manner. But if I had eaten any more than that, there's a very good possibility that I'd have been, buried in Epcot over there underneath the
at the mausoleum.
At the mausoleum. So, word to the wise: don't order any of the kosher meals because they're absolutely terrible.
And did you try any of the kosher meals anywhere else?
No, after that, I swore them off. I almost became Catholic.
you changed religions.
I almost became Catholic.
It was just easier.
Oh, line of the day.
Classic. So funny.
Well, that's it for us today. This episode of Walt Disney World Today has been sponsored by DVC by Resale. DVC by Resale is a great place to buy or sell your Disney Vacation Club points. You can view their current DVC resales, get answers to frequently asked questions, and see the DVC point charts, all by going to www.dvcbyresale.com, or you can email Chantel at info@dvcbyresale.com, and please tell her that Mike Newell bought it, loved it, and wants you to buy some more.
Nice.
If you want to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, visit the Walt Disney World Today website at www.wdwtoday.com. You can also email us at questions@wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show.